I'm Executive Director Kevin Robertson, and this is the KDA Video Minute for Monday, February 28th. The Kansas legislature is in recess today and tomorrow as it takes a short break from last Friday's House of Origin deadline. Last Friday, all bills needed to be out of their House of Origin, so House bills had to be out of the House, Senate bills had to be out of the Senate, or else they would be deemed inactive. Now, there are lots of exemptions and there are exceptions to that rule, so we have to remember that. But in all likelihood, several bills are now inactive as we move forward throughout the rest of the legislative session. Of course, the KDA has some significant bills that we've been watching, so let's go through the most significant of those bills and let you know where we are right now, in all intents and purposes, about halfway through the legislative session this year. First of all, of course, is House Bill 2280. That's the bill that would create a registered dental practitioner mid-level. Of course, we had the hearing on that bill about 2 weeks ago, and that bill did not come out of committee. There was no committee action taken. So that bill, as far as the bill itself, is now inactive. Also, House Bill 2279, which was a bill that would have sunsetted scaling assistance over the next period of years, never even had a hearing, so that bill at this point in time is inactive. Another bill the KDA has been interested in is House Bill 2241. That's a bill that would allow dentist-owned practices to have a franchise agreement for administrative services. The KDA has been concerned about this particular bill. We have been working with the main proponents of the bill, and we believe that we've come to a compromise that is acceptable to dentistry in the state of Kansas. The bill has certain patient protections in it now, and let me go through what those patient protections are. Those patient protections would, again, first of all, make sure it's a dentist-owned practice. It would maintain ownership of patient records with the dentist. The dentist would have all authority over delegation of dental staff and direction of clinical staff. They'd have the ability to deny access or deny patients care if they felt that there was a reason or had policies in place that would do that. The dentist owner would have all authority over patient treatment decisions without the threat of interference or control of the franchising agency or company that might be working with that dental owner. And then lastly, we were able to get in place in legislation some language that would make it clear that the dentist in a contract agreement could not or would not indemnify the franchisor. So in other words, if the franchisor were to have policies that might be in conflict with the Dental Practice Act, that might cause harm to the patient, the franchisor would be accountable for that and could not be held harmless by their agreement with the dentist. So all those things in place, we feel like this is an acceptable agreement and a bill for the state of Kansas and for patients and dentists alike. And we certainly are interested in the possibility that it could increase and help with some of the access concerns that have been expressed so widely of this legislative session. There are a couple of Senate bills that we've also been interested in, of course. One is a bill that would create rural opportunity zones. That's a bill that's been put forward by the Brownback administration and would give people that move in from out of state, including dentists, of course, into one of the 44 most depressed counties, exemption from state sales tax for 5 years, and would also allow the repayment or loan forgiveness during that period of time as well. So it's a bill we're very excited about. We think it could help create an incentive for dentists to get into those rural areas. That bill passed the Senate this week, and it's now on its way to the House. The KDA's own Comprehensive Oral Health Initiative is still in the Senate Committee on Public Health and Welfare. Now, it is an exempt bill, so it is not inactive now since it missed the deadlines. There are some issues with the bill we're trying to work out before it moves forward. When we testified last week before the committee, we talked about some different options for some of the things in the bill. There are several pieces to our bill. We still are very much supportive of all the pieces contained in the bill, including adult Medicaid, revamping the Medicaid program, having students have a service agreement that go to UMKC that they'd have to come back to the state of Kansas. We're all very supportive of all those things, but there are other avenues for those issues that we're looking at through the governor's Medicaid task force, and of course with national health care reform, it looks like there's some options with adult Medicaid. So at this point in time, we're suggesting that they don't all have to stay in the bill, though they are in the bill at this time because the bill has not come out of committee. Also, there are some pieces with the bill that we're still very concerned about or want to stay in the bill. That's the extended care permit hygienist and also the funding for donated dental services. So we encourage you to continue to talk to your legislators, particularly your senators, and your senators on the Public Health and Welfare Committee about the need to pass Senate Bill 132. Let me conclude with my legislative report by talking about one other bill. That's Senate Bill 192. Now that is a bill that is identical to House Bill 2280. It's on the Senate side. It's a bill that creates a registered dental practitioner mid-level. It is an exempt bill. We do understand that the Senate Committee on Public Health and Welfare will have a hearing on that bill on March 8th and 9th. So a week from tomorrow and Wednesday, we will be having hearings again on that particular bill. So again, we're very concerned about that bill. We want our legislators to be contacted, so we need you to be involved in that. Contact those members of the Senate Public Health and Welfare Committee. Where we go from there with Senate Bill 192, let me tell you, again, it is exempt. I mentioned House Bill 2280, which is inactive, but the issue contained within those bills can be amended into a dental bill at any time. So just because we talk about a bill being inactive or where it might be, doesn't mean on the last day in the last week that some legislator doesn't try to amend it into another bill. So we have to continue, again, to be active, to be proactive in talking to legislators about these very important issues for dentistry. So please be involved in those, and as we continue with our legislative our session this year. Also, I want to remind everybody that on Friday, April 8th, during the UMKC Midwest Dental Conference at the Hyatt Regency in Kansas City, we will be having our Real World Transition Brunch. That's an opportunity for dentists that are looking for associates or to transition out of their practice and to find a potential buyer for their practice to come and talk with those UMKC students about that possibility. That will be from 10 to 12. And then in the afternoon, from 1:30 to 3 will be the Board of Delegates meeting. Both those meetings will be in the Pershing Room at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. We look forward to seeing you there, and of course we look forward to talking to you about your discussions that you have with legislators. If you have a discussion with a legislator, feel free to email those or contact the KDA office and relay what that information was so that we can better gauge what the feelings are of the legislators on all of these important topics. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.